Welcome back to The Watch. Today, Hogwarts Legacy. We have some more Hogwarts Legacy updates, news.
Things are booming right now. Everyone's playing it and streaming it because they got early access. They pre-ordered it. We
didn't.
and we didn't get early access, so we have to wait until...
What is it, Friday? I think Friday?
Yeah, a few days from now. But despite that, we still have some juicy news that's been happening
That's already happened.
It's happened, but there's also an update to that.
Well, okay, so why are we late to it? Well, we're late to it because we live on the other side of the world, and when this stuff happens, we're asleep.
We're asleep and we come in, and then we've got other stuff to do.
And then by the time we've seen it and we can sit down and do this, it's already the wave has already passed.
Yeah. So what's already happened is that someone has made a website that basically lists every single streamer who was streaming Hogwarts Legacy.
Yeah.
As basically a hit list of people that people should cancel and attack.
Yes.
And basically look, these people are bad.
Put them on the list so you can
not support them.
I don't know. Why would you put people on a list? What are the point of lists to put people on? I mean, all the things that I can think of are not good.
Yeah, I mean, there's doctors' lists, but I don't think any of those people want to really...
I don't like doctors, so not good. So, basically,
True.
there was the website that was created. Have they streamed that wizard game? And the implication is that you can put in a Twitch streamer. I think it's specific.
It was just... That's the thing. It was just Twitch.
We'll get into that in a minute.
Yeah.
But this was specifically made for Twitch, and you could put in a streamer, say a streamer you liked, to see if they've actually streamed the game. And if they've streamed that game, then what next, Nathan?
Well, then you know not to watch or support them, and you can figure out in your mind's eye that they are a bad person.
You know what's crazy about America? I'm pretty sure that in America, you can actually look up people's addresses.
You can.
Like everybody which is like a bat to me, to be honest. Like the idea that everybody's address is just out is insane.
It is insane.
Americans, what are you doing?
You hide that stuff.
Yeah.
Especially in this modern climate. Sure,
exactly.
Back in the 1900s, even if you had an address, it would take you ages to get there and do anything.
We're going to take the railroad.
Yeah, the railroad. You get there, they have a gun. But here, it's modern age.
In most developed countries, addresses are private.
Yeah. Developed countries as well, I remember.
Yeah. And even in non-developed private countries, it's not like you have the access to find address.
No, you don't.
That's a whole thing to get into. But for the most part, it's crazy that you Americans do that. Basically, is the point of that. So they created this website, and the internet responded accordingly, in my opinion, which was, you're the bad guy. Yeah. You're creating a website to put people on lists. You are the villain in this situation, which is obvious. So it seems that the website's down.
Yeah, they've taken it down. From the backlash, do they feel bad they've been called out? Are they like, what, did it get overloaded with all the people who are like, I'm going to use this tool now?
When you click on the website link, it does say that it was taken down by the host, so the creator of the website, not like a hosting service.
Yeah.
Because usually when a website is taken down, people will target the hosting company, and then they remove the access to it. Yeah. It seems like the actual the person who made it. Yeah, the person who made it actually took it down. That seems what's happened in this case. So that's one little bit of news for Hogwarts Legacy that's happened in the last, 24 hours or so. What else have we got, Nathan?
Well, people have been playing it.
Yes.
There's been gameplay coming out.
Yes.
A lot of people have been like, this is Dark Souls, but with wizards.
Which I love.
I'm
here for that.
People do as a hot take, it's just like Elden Ring / Destiny.
I said it first.
And you're fine with it. That was your
it.
thing of being like, this is a good game. It's just Elden Ring but Harry Potter. This is what you wanted.
This is absolutely what I
wanted.
wanted.
Other people are getting mad because they're like, it's just a carbon copy of a Souls-like, which... Look, Western game studios can't do as well.
I love that. Thank you. Thank you for this. However, if we go back and watch those videos, I'm pretty sure I was very, very, very specific that the story was going to be very...
bad. Trash. Terrible. Left-leaning. Yeah.
Left of field. Yeah. And I don't know yet because I haven't played it. But what do you think so far?
From the screenshots I've seen from the character creator, which we've said, it's very hard to find a Weasley. We'll say that much. Very hard. Even when you think that, I found a Weasley, it's like they do some sort of shading that just makes it...
Yes. Now, it may just be the screens. Maybe we have to play it first to confirm or deny this.
Processing we don't know about.
Yes, but the game is very progressive.
Yeah.
It is. Which is one of those things where it's like, most people have already gone too far into like, it's destroying all these crazy people, blah, blah, blah. So nobody's gonna reel it in now.
Yeah.
Which is why I was very specific when we were talking about the game that I just care about the gameplay.
Yeah, the gameplay is I
don't care about the story. Yes. I don't care about any of that other stuff. I just care about the gameplay.
And look, I'm going to be honest, this is kind of more of a going away from the politics, but the story does not look interesting. The professors don't look entertaining.
Yeah.
Even I remember seeing one of the goblin. What's Dobby? Dobby, is he a goblin? Dobby's a goblin?
No, what?
Dobby's a goblin?
No, he's a elf.
Elf. Yeah. The elves, I feel like in the movies and in the books, were like, Master, yes. But in the game, it's just like, hello, I'm just a generic guy with a voice. Like, there's no character there. The professors, apparently the headmaster is just this massive dick that no one likes.
I haven't watched it yet, so I don't know.
The marketing campaign's just been like, he's the worst headmaster. He's just a jerk to everyone.
All I know about the gameplay aspect so far is that you do have to progress certain quest lines and storylines to actually get certain
access
things.
To things as well, yeah.
So there will be, like, even if you're like me and you just want to play for the gameplay, if I want to get, like, let's say, unforgivable curses, which, I'm all
everyone
about that.
wants. Yeah, everyone wants.
You're going to have to do some sort of story progression. Yeah. But
I hope it's like GTA, though, where, like, you get to a certain point
and then you can just do whatever.
Do whatever you want.
Yeah, basically.
I hope they don't lock, because I know with some people saying with the brooms and stuff, the big questions were like, can you fly everywhere? They're like, yes, but you can't land everywhere because it's not to unlock a certain area that you can go there. It's like dumb stuff like that where it's like,
right.
Okay. But yeah, story doesn't look interesting. And it just, like you said, it's very left-leaning.
Yes, which is... I just care about gameplay.
Well, I'm just... It brings up the same question I have for Rings of Power. And we're like, there's so many, like, diverse people in these diverse, non-diverse lands. It's
there is something
how did this happen?
From narrative-wise, because it is from what? I think it is the 1800s in England.
Yeah.
And it's very, like...
Very diverse.
Because then you get to Harry Potter and it's not.
Yeah.
Like the movies.
And that's like modern day.
Relatively.
Like relatively modern day, where it's like it would make more sense. And we do see but not really. Like it's only like a little bit.
Right, but
in this game, it's just
this
like
is such a big rabbit hole because you want to start talking about the demographics breakdown of the UK. Like what?
That's spicy.
There's also some more. There's also more. Of course, there's more. What was it? The game developer.
Oh yes, that bit of information. Well, so there's this person I saw on Twitter who worked.
All the best people are on Twitter.
Yeah, all my favorites are on Twitter. MLA's favorites too. But he or she, I actually don't know who
whatever it is.
Okay. Anyways, this person was outsourced. They work for a mocap company, and WB Games used them to capture the characters doing stuff. And basically, they were a technician that would help the actors see what their characters looked like. And they had a whole thread of what?
Well, they weren't being a good ally, right? Because they were supporting.
Because their name was in the credit of this game. And so they're saying, look, I haven't bought the game. This is my second credit in a big title.
I just helped make it.
Yeah, it's like... there's layers to this. There's so many layers to this.
I didn't create the camps. I just built them.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
But I didn't participate. It's like, yeah.
So there was the element of just some things didn't make sense. Like they said, this was my second credit in a AAA game, but my first job in the industry.
Damn.
So I'm like, how? What was the second credit?
Can you tell he's jealous about that?
I am, because why the friggin' heck do you get to work in the industry and I'm still making YouTube videos about you not we want to work in the industry? Anyways, I love my job. Don't doubt me. Don't doubt me. I like this energy. This is fun. But then there's dumb things of people doubling down, being like, okay, well, if you don't want to support the game, like you're not being a true ally if you worked for them. And then basically...
Okay. It's the internet, so it's always hard.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? Before I even ask this question, I just want to say, we're joking a lot of the time, right? I feel like we have to mention this in every video now because there's always comments down there like, why are you? We're kidding. We're chill. We're
sarcasm,
joking.
dry humor.
Yes. were the people in the comments giving him like crap? Would they be like, "You're not a real ally. You should have quit your
One
job"?
person was like that. They're like,
Good.
"Yeah, if you're a real ally." Other people were like, oh, and then once he responded to that, I keep saying he, but I really don't know who they were.
Who cares?
Who cares? But basically, they were responding, being like, "Yeah, but I need to eat and sleep and do whatever. Like, I need to live."
Yeah. Which, hey, is genuinely a fair reason.
Yeah.
But we're not playing by my rules. We're
No.
playing by your rules.
Yeah.
So,
And so
by your rules,
Some
you should
streamers need to eat
Yep.
and sleep and buy a house,
Yeah.
and Hogwarts Legacy is the biggest.
Some
game.
YouTubers need to make money to keep the
so-
lights on. Yeah.
Exactly. So it's kind of like, okay. And then I know people will be like, well, then just don't make videos about it. Don't stream that game. Don't do that. And like, okay, that could be a big opportunity for some people. What if you get sponsored by WB Games to play it? That's also a big opportunity.
It's one of those things where it's like people always say like, "Oh, don't talk about this, don't do that." It's like, you know, you guys are the ones who decide what we do, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
if you watch it,
This
then-
wasn't an issue until you brought it up.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's going to be, there'll be new issues they bring up later, which then we forget about this old issue.
Yep. And you guys like watching that.
Yeah.
And it's not just you guys. Every channel in the world has an audience who likes to watch specific things. They click on it, you make more of it.
Exactly.
It's almost as if that's how it works.
Yeah,
Whoa.
it's like ASMR. If you haven't seen the video, you should go watch it. It's a great video.
Can you not promote that video, please?
Really?
Yeah.
But people loved that video.
I don't care. Don't promote it.
Didn't you like that video? You put so much effort into that video.
Okay,
you were so excited.
I am a good director. I will take this. I will take this praise.
Director.
But I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Director, actor, editor. You like Hideo Kojima, who's just like, have you seen his edits of videos?
Yes.
It's just like written by Hideo Kojima. It's just your content would be like written by Tyrant, edited by Tyrant, directed by Tyrant, starring Tyrant.
I mean, if it's true, then hey. But is there anything else? Because like we've already, like in the spate of like 24 hours to 48 hours, there's already been 3 massive things going on with this game.
Yeah, I think it's just going to kind of keep snowballing as people kind of experience it more and more. Wouldn't be surprised if, it's only been the first couple of days. People who finish the game, people start doing like hacks for it.
The game
mods.
the game hasn't even released yet, and we've already got full walkthroughs.
Yeah.
Like it's not even out yet.
Yeah. So
If only we had pre-ordered, right?
like I'm sure there'll be mods coming down the future. Maybe people will find more issues with it. Who knows? Maybe someone else would then now replace this list. Maybe add YouTubers as well. They can add us to that list.
We will be
Streaming it.
I don't know if we'll be streaming. We'll do something with it.
Okay, I hope so.
Because there is some things that I actually want to talk about it. Because there's more context we could give to this right now, but we haven't played it yet, so we can't.
We can only give
So
what
much.
we've seen online, and so we're taking on our own advice, like we told all of you, to like wait till the games kind of come out. So far, actually, good thing is I haven't seen any bugs or issues.
Apparently, the first like hour and a half on PC is flawless, but then after that, you might run into some performance issues. That's all I've heard so far.
Okay, that's
so
really good. That's
I don't
still
know.
really good.
That's good, but like I would prefer there would be none at all.
Like I am shocked. I mean, that you can't get
I know.
in any game. Doesn't exist. Doesn't exist.
I mean,
It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist.
I'm trying to think of a game that I've had like serious issues with.
Not serious issues, but there's always going to be a possibility of bugs. You may have not run into any, but there are definitely people who have.
Yeah, duh.
Like that's what
I'm just
games are
saying.
like,
I personally don't experience.
But
it.
look, I'm glad at least this game hasn't been a hot mess in terms of like launching. Like, it's not a Cyberpunk debacle. I hope most companies have kind of learnt from that now. And so far,
I'm curious. It's one of those things where you can't really tell until you buy it, until you actually get it, how much it is value for money, because it's quite expensive, especially in our monies, in our rubles. It's a bit pricey.
Dollary dues, it's more expensive.
Yeah, so I'm sure it'll be worth it. I'm just very curious about.
See, I don't know yet. Again, like I know you're excited for gameplay.
Yeah, but it depends. Because if the gameplay, right, if you took the entire story out of Elden Ring, I would still think it's worth it. Because the game is just so good, and you can do whatever you want. You can have fun. You can go collect. You can do bosses. You can do this.
Yeah.
And the story doesn't really impact that much.
Yeah.
Relatively speaking. I'm worried that in this game that you'll get to a certain point in the story, you have to do the story to do like to unlock areas. Like you do have to do that in Elden Ring, to be fair, sure. But also Elden Ring is massive. I don't know how big Hogwarts Legacy is.
Yeah.
I don't know how much stuff is going to be locked behind playing the story progression.
I also think it's important to remember that like From Software is not Avalanche Studios.
Yes.
Like so even though it's Souls-like gameplay, they might not have the same care to things. I've heard some people saying it's very button mashy, like you just like attacking, rolling, which you can do in Souls, but there's enough mechanics in Souls to make it interesting.
I don't think so. I think that's wrong.
Yeah?
Because we've already seen that it has parrying, it has dodging or rolling, it has cooldowns for spells, but I do think that, like for Unforgivable Curses, I believe they have cooldowns, but then there are regular spells that don't have cooldowns, which is obvious because like if all your spells had cooldowns, the combat like stops basically.
Like an MMORPG, you're just like using all your macros.
So I don't necessarily agree with that from what I've seen.
Yeah, I'm just saying from my point of view, if the story isn't interesting and the gameplay is not to the same level as they're trying to mimic, like if there's just that little bit less of care, then for me, it's not going to be worth the same value for money I'm probably going to be paying right out the gate.
So
like it might be one of those games I have to pay like on a sale or something.
Right.
But even then, like I think of those games, like I remember, I think it was the Avengers game. I want to play that just to be Iron Man for a bit.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, don't buy it, just wait for it to go on sale. It's gone on sale like how many times? I don't care anymore.
Fair enough. I think a comparable game that I would hope it's... Okay, this is going to be spicy. Jedi Fallen Order. I love the story of Jedi Fallen Order. I love the gameplay of Jedi Fallen Order. It is a fantastic game. I want to start with that. I love that game. It's my favorite Star Wars game in like the last 10 years.
Okay, I was going to say of all time. Do you have an all-time favorite?
I'd have to really think about that because there's a lot of Star Wars games that I really love.
That's a good video. A smaller video that I would enjoy doing.
Take Jedi Fallen Order, for example. It doesn't have much replayability.
Doesn't.
And it's not very big. Like you get in the ship and you travel to worlds, but those worlds, those maps aren't very big. So gameplay, 10 out of 10. Story?
7?
8.5.
8.5, okay.
8.5 out of 10. But it doesn't have very good replayability. Elden Ring, 10s across the board, period. Just done.
Yeah.
But a lot of that is also in replayability. You can pick up and play Elden Ring 10 times over, and every time you play will be different because of how you play the game.
Yeah.
I'm hoping Hogwarts Legacy is like that, where it has a lot more replayability. That's where I think it's worth the money. So when I say Jedi Fallen Order, is it worth that full price?
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so. And I see, again, I go back to the gameplay with Hogwarts Legacy. I haven't held the controller or mouse and keyboard yet. I don't know how juicy the gameplay is, you know? Like when I watch the gameplay, I'm kind of underwhelmed because it's just people with wands going, yeah. Now, if I'm on the controller and I push that button and then it vibrates and I hear it's crunchy to feel, you know?
So you like the haptic?
Well, not just like haptics, but like it needs to feel good. It's this weird concept of like, Elden Ring feels good. It's watching that health bar go down with your enemies when you hit them, doing those behind shots. Like I don't need vibration to feel the impact of attacks. It's the like animation, the sound.
I have no idea. We have to play it to determine that.
Is the thing for me that counts. With our Hogwarts Legacy is like good for me is whether or not those things actually interact well. If it just feels like you're spamming things and it's the same noises over and over, there's no impact.
I've already seen that like the Unforgivable Curses, I think they all have animations, like when you use them, and they have cooldowns.
Yeah.
So they should be more impactful.
Yeah.
But you're right, that is an important aspect, and I hope that it does have those aspects.
Because if it does, and like you said, if it has more replayability, I would be totally down. I could get lost in that world.
But it is a very important aspect. It needs to have replayability, and I think it will, because usually with open worlds, you do have a lot of replayability, and then it gets like for Jedi Fallen Order, for example, I don't even know if I would call that a true open world.
No.
You know what I mean?
It wasn't.
It's lots of little maps connected by the ship.
It's what they're called Metroidvania, which I find... If it's not Metroid, then it's pretty boring.
So I find that open worlds have a lot more replayability, and because of the setting and because of the content of this game,
Like if you can just be in potions class, if you can just be like playing with beasts and doing all whatever, just flying around your broom, doing whatever else, like sure, I think this would be good. And it doesn't matter who makes lists about what. Like, I'm sorry, what was the point of that list? To make people, like, if you're curious if your streamers played it, you just go to their Twitch page and you see whether they played it or not.
But I wonder if, like, the list will be displayed on, like, the front page of the website or something like that.
Yeah, like,
once
that
you
was
add someone to it, they're on it.
Yeah. Like, was that the intention, just to have, like, the biggest, like, they just ranked biggest streamers who'd played it to, like, the least,
Probably.
like, the sizes, just so you have this hit list of people you're going to dox?
Yeah, probably.
And they're the bad guys. They're the villains.
So we have a, what would you say? I cannot say that. a streamers list. We have a developer, mocap expert, one of the
Someone who was outsourced.
someone who
basically.
worked on the game, basically disavowing it, saying they're not don't buy it, and
You know what someone said though? They're like, if you just disavow your credit in the game, disavow your paycheck too.
yeah, it's fair.
I doubt it.
That's fair. It's a fair thing to say, though.
Yeah.
We have the list. We have a developer coming out and saying don't buy it. We also have, what else was there? There's something else we mentioned. We mentioned 3 things. In
There was
this fucking
gameplay. There was story. It was the story. It was the story.
Okay.
We're talking about the story.
And we have the story. No, it wasn't.
What was it then? What was it? News?
Yeah, it was a news thing. 3 news things.
It's late in the afternoon for us.
Because we spoke about 2 things, and then I reminded you of the game developer one. So
Yeah.
there was 2 things.
There was the list.
Yeah.
Everyone was playing it and streaming it. I don't know.
I don't fucking care.
They've already seen it. We don't need to summarize it.
I like summarizing things.
I know you do.
So that's basically where we're at with Hogwarts Legacy. There's lots of people getting early access and playing it currently. We're not, because we didn't, and we will.
We will. Please come and watch us when we do.
Yeah.
I beg you, please.
I don't know if it'll be a standard boring gameplay type thing, because everybody's doing that. There's
Yeah.
already full walkthroughs. I think we might be doing some myth busting.
I mentioned that video to you. So my 2 thoughts are, this is like a little behind the scenes brainstorming session. I think we do a first impression, so we actually do sit down and play it just to get our first thoughts.
Yes, obviously.
But then
So
I think the more entertaining video would be like a myth busting video.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah. It was
So
like,
2 videos.
if you're a wizard.
First one, we'll do an actual roundup. Like we'll give you a ranking of the game. We'll say whether it is actually far left field or if it's reasonable. And then we'll also do another video where there's some things that we want to test, basically.
Yeah.
I think that's 2.
Yeah. Dormitories.
But thanks for watching, guys. As always, leave your comments in the comments section. Let us know if you've played, if you have early access, if there's anything we should be aware of, and if there's anything you want us to cover.
Yeah.
We'll have a look, and
We read all the comments, both the bad ones and the good ones.
well, we don't. Shad does.
The kind ones and the mean ones. I filter them all by Nathan. So if your name's Nathan or if you say Nathan, I will read it.
And as always, guys, stay on watch.